Commissioner Balls came down a few years ago and spent several days with us, and he noted some of the rules that he would have liked in place. Some of them were in place, but he noted some things that weren't being adhered to. So please keep your mind on these particular rules. Stand while waiting on guests. Again, we do have stools. Use your common sense, but please stand while you're waiting on a guest and you're talking to a guest, because that really shows respect for your guests. He asked that there's no mobile devices in the booth unless it's being used to help a guest. Now that means that if you have your cell phone or your iPhone or your iPad or your other device, technological device, and you're using it to get information for a guest or showing a guest something or making a call to get more information for a guest, or you're using it to tweet out something or do social media related to the information booth, go ahead, use it. But what we're saying is don't call your mother or your boss and start chatting when the guests are standing there watching you. No, incessantly texting with your head down and not paying attention to what's going on around you. You can simply step in the back room or step out of the booth. It's easy. It's no big deal. We don't care. We don't want you to stop doing that. Just don't do it in the public site. Also, eating and drinking. Eat in the back room or upstairs and not in public sight. That's really important. We can't do both at the same time. It's really important for the guests to know that they have our full attention. We did have problems with fruit flies last year, so be careful that you wrap up all of your food that's in the back room or put it in the refrigerator upstairs. We have refrigerators, microwave ovens, toasters, utilities. Please clean up after yourselves, but we have all of that upstairs. And incidentally, I didn't talk about this at all, but upstairs there's food. If you want to just bring a few dollars or $5 or whatever and put it in the cookie jar and eat a sandwich and take whatever's up there, as long as it doesn't have somebody's name on it, you're welcome to it. They go shopping every day, so please put your money in as you're eating so then they can refill it, because if you put it in at the end, they're not going to be able to refill it, because what's the sense of refilling if it's at the end of the shelf? Be considerate of others and don't hang around the booth. I know sometimes we haven't seen each other in a really long time, but sometimes during shift changes we can have up to 8 or 10 people changing a shift, and that's a lot of people behind the booth and a lot of confusion, and a lot of the supervisors are trying to give orientations to people, and other people are coming and going, and then the poor guest is standing there. So if you're there, be considerate, kind of move away from the booth if you're talking, or go into the back room and talk. But just know that our first priority is the guests, and also getting the volunteer up to speed so they can, staff the booth and wait on the guests. So remember, keep all food and drink on designated shelves in the back room, which means it's on particular shelves. I know I get a lot of people saying, well, why can't I have my water with me? It's in a water bottle and it's closed. And it's just a rule that we have. There's no real need to have your water right there with you. We're a sippy cup generation, and we need that sippy cup all the time. But just take a moment, walk 2 steps into the back room, take a sip, and then come out. And we ask that you only put it on designated shelves, because if food spoils or water gets spilled, it could ruin a whole box of brochures. And we keep such a tight rein on our brochures that we only have enough to make it through to the end of the event. So designated shelves only. Wear your apron and name tag at all times. We will provide you an apron and a name tag. You are welcome to take your apron home, your name tag too, if you really want to. But we suggest that if you don't want to, just leave it there and we can use it again. But you feel free to take it home with you. If you do use it multiple years, please make sure that it's ironed and clean. I can't stress that enough, or I will give you another one to use, because I don't want wrinkly aprons, because I want us to look nice. This year we have brand new aprons, because we have new the state has a new logo system, so you might want to leave your old ones at home and come get new ones. And again, let us know if you have a problem. We are here. The management team and the supervisor team is here to help you. That's our job. So just let us know if you have a problem. Okay, celebrity volunteers. We were talking a little bit about celebrity volunteers, but I just want you to know that celebrity is a word that we just kind of use lightly. A celebrity volunteer is you. You are a celebrity to the guests that you're talking to. You can use this position to promote your business, to promote something you're passionate about. People have talked about hiking, milfoil, just anything you can imagine. We have a couple of authors that have come down, and you can't sell your book with us, but you can, say you're an author and show your book or talk to people about your process of writing or whatever it is. You can see here in the picture, we have, I think this was Miss Hampton Beach, but we have Miss New Hampshire sometime. We have people from the state parks. We have state police. And then we have just regular, everyday, normal people like us. We will take your picture right on site. We will ask you what 3 questions you want to talk about. And you can be an introvert or an extrovert, because you can just simply stand there and hand out your brochures, or people will engage you in conversation. Sometimes they won't even ask you one of the questions, but you're there just to give that little extra for a guest. Remember, you can represent an area like Portsmouth or the Monadnock region, or you can represent the Pumpkin Festival or hiking, or if you're a bike enthusiast, bring your computer, bring your pictures, bring your props, dress in uniform, anything. We're here to promote New Hampshire, and we know that guests like that particular focus on a specific topic. So let us know. Even if you don't think you're going to want to be there, want to be a celebrity event volunteer, and you get there and you say, hey, I could do that, let us know. We'll make you a celebrity volunteer. We try to keep the front counter neat and clean. In years past, way years past, we didn't have brochure racks, so all of the brochures were piled high on these counters. So we don't do that any longer. We just keep the state information and items designated by the manager on the counter. So if you think it should be on the counter, talk to your manager first. There might be a reason why it can't be on the counter. Besides, if you, unless you are a celebrity volunteer, then that's different. You can have whatever you want on the counter for the time that you are on duty. We have plenty of giveaways, sometimes more than others. So you'll see them on the counter, and you'll see that people are picking them up, and your supervisor will let you know. We have special areas of topic, and that's designated by the manager also. Sometimes we got in a lot of brochures, or the brochures don't seem to be moving as fast, so we'll set up a nice designated area to move the brochures faster, so the guests will pick them up. Also, if we have a celebrity volunteer, for example, last year we had Eric Proof from the Tanger Outlets, and he was our celebrity volunteer. We set up a nice little rack past him that talked about shopping. So if you stopped and talked to Eric and talked about the Tanger Outlets, and then you're walking around to the side of the booth to look at brochures, right there's all your shopping information. So we do that occasionally depending on what's going on. Under the glass here, under the plexiglass here, you'll see a map of New Hampshire. We have foliage reports which come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we print those out, and we usually have our student kit information under there.